Yes, how are you everyone? How was your day? I have always come out to say that there are subtle wars in State House on who is supposed to take over from General Kaguta Museveni. We agree as a nation that we are at a point where transition is imminent. And when I speak about transition, is transitioning from General Kaguta Museveni. We all know that General Kaguta Museveni is now 79 years, according to himself. And in the next cycle of an election, it will be 82 years. Okay? And by the threshold in the world being 82, you are an old person. In fact, being 82, you've spent almost 90% of your years. So the transition is imminent from General Kaguta Museveni, either through an election or through a natural cause. That's why the system from within the NRM came out rapidly to propel General Moses Kainerugaba to succeed his father, which have always come out to say that it will be one of the biggest mistakes Uganda has ever faced. But even within State House, there are some people who would want to succeed General Kaguta Museveni, and among the forerunners is Audrey Kurabogo. Audrey Kurabogo is an in-law of General Kaguta Museveni. He married one of her daughters, and even in 2016 he wanted to stand as the NRM chairman for Western Region. I did a video, I think 2 years back, talking about this. In fact, if you missed it, I'm going to leave a link here in the description. So the battles from within the State House, they see that Genome 7 is growing. But the sale of Genome Hose has not been successful, despite spending billions of money to sell Hose across the country. The thing has failed because he lacks the aura, he lacks the leadership skills, he lacks the blessing of the people. That's the truth. On another hand, Audrey Kurabogo seems more smarter. I know when Genome 7 leaves power and we get one of those, is the worst mistake. But I'm comparing the two. He seems more smarter. He's very articulate. He can speak almost 4 local languages, Luganda, Runyankore, and others. Yet Moses Kainerugaba only speaks English. Even when he went to his home area, that is Western Region, he used English. It means he knows little about his natural language. And in every country, a leader who lacks, or at least a bare minimum, you must speak your local language. So in this episode, I've come to talk about the battle which is between Audrey Kurabogo and Moses Kainerugaba on who is supposed to succeed General Kaguta Museveni, what it means for our politics, and most importantly, the study materials we can learn from the politics of our nation. But before I do this, I want to let you know that if you're new to this channel, please subscribe. And if you're watching this video from a different platform, please head on to YouTube, type in Sula Mawagali. There's a lot of content of this nature. If geopolitics and economics is what you want, this will be definitely the right channel for you to subscribe to. So for a very long time, I've always come out to say that there are two people in State House, and they are all related to General Kaguta Museveni. At least they have come out to show that they want to succeed their father and their father-in-law respectively. I know even within the State House, but this is aimed, I'm going to explain it first on the phase of the fight, but also amidst this fight, they are also trying to prop up an opposition within government so that they can elbow out a genuine opposition from Robert Kyagulanyi and Bobi Wine. So my sources tell me that despite selling Hose across Uganda and spending billions, in fact, every rally you used to see, they used to spend not less than 1 billion shillings. But even after spending that amount of money, Genome Hose has not come out to rise on the equation. To an extent that even his father decided to elevate him as a CDF. First of all, to take control of the army, but also to give him status. Okay? But even in the army, generals look at him as if he flunked their position. Because I've always come out to tell you that Genome Hose has never commanded any major operation. People like General Muhanga, I think in their hearts of hearts, if you sit with him in God's presence, he will tell you that he's more capable. He's more capable than Genome Hose Kainerugaba. Yes, they salute him. Okay? So even amid his selling Genome Hose, Okay, they have failed to sell him successfully to Ugandans. But on another hand, there is Audrey Karabogo, who has sold himself through meeting the people, through industrial build-ups, although he also uses them to get money, still public funds, but it seems more articulate and everything, because even on radio programs, TV shows, you see him. And he also harbors an intention of succeeding his father-in-law. So the battle in the State House, my sources tell me that Janet Kataa Museveni supports Audrey Karabogo, whereas General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni supports Moses Kainerugaba. Although NRM historicals are seeing as if giving these two people a chance to succeed General Kaguta Museveni, it will be a sellout of the revolution. Because a revolution in it is successful when there are multiple transition, from a military transition to more even a layman transition. And by giving General Muhoozi a transition, according to NRM historicals, it will be okay. It will be a sellout because General Muhoozi Kainerugaba doesn't harbor any revolutionary ending in him. He's so detached from reality. He knows nothing about Uganda. He knows nothing about the common wananchi. Okay, I may not be surprised if you ask General Muhoozi Kainerugaba where they get milk, and he tells you it is the fridge, because he has always grown with a silver spoon in his mouth. Okay, because he's a son of a president, so he detached from the reality. Even the system pushing him to succeed his father know that is inept. Okay, in fact, I know General Museveni is a dictator, and he has done worse for this country. Because when he went to the bush in 1986, he helped us to remove a bad leadership of Obote. But he has done everything Obote has done. And now he wants to give us his own son, who is more even worse. It will be a very bad ending when we oust Museveni and we bring his son. In a letter which was written to show that there is a battle in the State House, in a letter which was written by David Kamanda, the PLO Secretary General, came out to say response to the utterances of the so-called disciples of Audrey Karabogo against our chairman, General Muhoozi Kainerugaba. Okay? It is with heavy heart that the leadership of the Patriot League of Uganda appeal responds to the recent comments and allegations made by the so-called disciples of Audrey Karabogo against General Muhoozi Kainerugaba. Our chairman, their comments are inherently inaccurate, well unfounded, and are lacking in content. As PLU, we want to assure every good-meaning Ugandan to treat them as baseless, ungrounded, unsubstantiated, immature, and childish. The public is encouraged to shun with utmost contempt the inaccuracies vetted by selfish individuals about character of General Muhoozi Kainerugaba. Chronic envy you for what? For being a deal master all over, or peddling influence of the first family to gain access over public money. Have you ever heard General Muhoozi Kainerugaba scheming to get free government money, entitlements? Do people who seek entitlement offer themselves to battlefronts? For context, General Muhoozi Kainerugaba is an open-minded, honest individual and not an hypocrite. Okay, he has tolerated a lot of uncalled for assaults and attacks from many circles for many years, intended to eliminate him. Do you remember the Absalom videos by this same fellow, serialized over time on his channels? He had turned General Muhoozi Kainerugaba as a punching bag. Together with his huge army of supporters, this humiliation will fiercely pushed back. Let all and sundry be notified accordingly. Signed, David Kamanda, MP, General Secretary, PLU. Okay, that is the letter which was written by David Kamanda, the Secretary General of PLU. You remember, PLU is headed by Muhoozi Kainerugaba. In fact, they metamorphosed from Muhoozi Project to PLU, a civic organization aimed at succeeding their father. So that letter, you clearly see that he was attacking Karabogo, telling him that he schemes to get public funds. Indeed, Daud Kamada is right, because I've done several videos telling you on how Audrey Karabogo has used his stature in the first family to get public funds. in the obnoxious deals. The recent one is trying to sell that he wants to, I think, to clean Uganda's image outside, and I'm sure as day follows night, there will be a budget for that so that he can get money. But that is a battlefield within the first family, because even them, they see that General MUSEVENI is leaving. And I want to tell them that when Mugabe was leaving, even this family wanted to take over from him. And sad will be that day that we shall get a wrong transition, because it is going to happen. General MUSEVENI is immortal. He will soon go. Okay? But what pains me as a person is that every time we fail to build structures of transition, we shall fall suit like the way Zimbabwe is, like the way Sudan is. At a certain point, they were at this juncture where they had an old leader who had served for very many years. Even amid this transition, it was transition from within the army, and egos from within the army, they started fighting each other. It is going to happen here in Uganda. And the NRM revolution that was started in 1986, characters of a successful revolution. Okay, one of them is getting at the end of the real cause. The real cause of our Ugandans' problems is having leaders who overstay in power without a transition. Ever since we got independence, we've never gotten that. And ladies and gentlemen, even when I'm making this video, I feel like crying, because we've failed to transit from that. There are battles from within the first family, because the Secretary General of PLU is attacking Audrey Kurabogo and in-law. And also, disciples of Audrey Kurabogo, even on online, you see them attacking Moses Kainerugaba. But also, when I look at a perspective of the opposition who wants genuine change, they're also utilizing this to create their own opposition so that they can all about a genuine opposition. Okay? And we are going to see turmoil, because history has always shown us that every country which has been at the same point we are right now, it has slid into anarchy. In fact, research shows that coups are more eminent in countries who have had coups in the history. And ladies and gentlemen, we've always had coups. Okay? We may have a strong man, a dictator in General Kaguta Museveni, who has retained power with a lot of zeal, but he's going to go. And the country is going to go to the dogs. That is a sign that even in the first family, they are fighting. Okay? And after they fight, we shall all be collateral damage. They will come for the opposition. But the good thing is, as they fight the opposition, they will also take each other. Okay? I want to tell General Moses Kainerugaba, the beauty of defying the constitutionalism, the beauty of defying transition as a country, is it backfires. I've seen countries where they wanted to take over the presidents, especially president's sons. Look at them, Libya. Omar Bongo recently was overthrown by a person who was a darling to him, by a person who was a friend to his father. Just imagine the head of SFC taking on General Moses Kainerugaba after his father's death. It can happen. People change. And that's the beauty of not following the constitutionalism. If you had a constitution that is working, there's no way a person who is the SFC or anything who can come up and take up over leadership. And remember, the SFC is an illegal outfit in the army. Any outfit in the army is supposed to be created by an act of parliament. SFC was never created by an act of parliament. It has a proper command from up to down. And that is unconstitutionalism. The beauty of unconstitutionality is it comes back to bite. And you may want the constitution to rescue you when it is too late, because the unconstitutionalism has always come out to favor you. And the time it turns back on you, you will see the ripple effect. Okay? So, the battle in State House is between Muhoozi and Kurabogo. But also it is aimed at using it to help out the genuine opposition of Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu Bobi Wine, which we shall not accept. Of course, that's my opinion. Do drop me your comments by commenting about this. Thank you very much for listening in. If this is your first time on this YouTube channel, I implore you to subscribe, like, and comment so that I can be motivated to do more of such videos. I'll see you on another one. Peace.